Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to be spending almost the entirety of this video talking about XRP specifically, including perspective from multiple XRP chart analysts, and one of them explains his strategy of selling all sorts of altcoins so that he has more money, more profit, to put into XRP specifically so that he can ride it to $17. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. At the time that I'm recording this latest Moon Lambo hot jam, it is past midnight. I'm up past my bedtime. It is 12:27 a.m. Central Time, my time zone. Monday, April 22nd, 2024. And let me tell you, at least at the time I'm recording this, XRP has been running for like the last 3 hours. It started running upwards at, call it about 9:35 p.m. Central Time. It's a hair shy of 54 cents at this point, up from, what, call about 52.4 cents. Bitcoin's been going on a little bit of a ride too. It's currently a hair over $66,000. Love to see it because Bitcoin leads the market, and if Bitcoin doesn't do well, then nothing will do well, not even XRP. The market moves in tandem, led by Bitcoin. It is what it is. I don't care about it. I mean, it doesn't. I don't look on that as some sort of negative thing. The crypto fear and greed index now at 73 out of 100. So market participants still feeling a little bit greedy. You greedy sons of bitches. Before getting into some of the XRP specific stuff, though, I did want to share this with you because this resonated with me. And if you are an XRP holder, I bet you're going to be yelling in your car driving down the highway, F yeah. This comes from my fellow XRP YouTuber, The Bearable Bull. I agree with almost 100% of this. I can only disagree with a small thing if I get super nitpicky, but I'm telling you, as I read through this, I was just like, yes, absolutely. And so here's what he wrote. The XRP army was scammed out of new all-time highs by the United States SEC and ETHgate. The part that hurt the most was that the rest of crypto celebrated. 2024 is our revenge. We deserve every dollar we're about to make. Nobody can call us lucky. We made it. And so that's I was just like, hell yeah. I would love to curse on my channel, but I don't for you parents out there that might have some children in the background. You are welcome. But it is true. If not for the SEC, XRP absolutely would have hit a new all-time high last market cycle. I firmly believe that. And that's a tremendous setback because imagine the amount of wealth we would have had years ago and what we would have done with it since then, leading into this bull market, and the degree to which that would have compounded over the rest of our lives. I mean, it's substantial. That being said, I'm not letting it wreck my life. I'm still here in an amazing time. This event, living at the advent of crypto it's been here 15 years now. I still consider it the earliest of days. That's a once in a species event, and we're living through it in its prime. These are going to be looked back upon as the glory days because this opportunity won't always be here. Eventually, there's going to be so much money in crypto, it's going to reduce the volatility and the opportunity for, relatively speaking, quick life-changing wealth. It's just not going to be there. Not like this. Not even close. It's going to be as boring as watching somebody trade precious metals. So the opportunity is still here, and we're still going to get ours, and we can't control it. So, I try to not dwell on stuff like that, and I really don't. But it's just like, yes, it is true. And people were cheering for this to happen to us because we're XRP holders, because a lot of those, especially the toxic Bitcoin maxis, my God, the bane of my existence, disgusting people. Like, just celebrating that XRP holders are being financially devastated because of a government agency. It's the antithesis of the beliefs of the early Bitcoiners. It really is. So it's disgusting, but it's spot on. So the only thing I could slightly disagree with, he talked about ETHgate here, and technically that was really more so the SEC, picking winners and losers. It wasn't something XRP specific, but yeah, so I can agree. I am getting nitpicky, I admit that. So I would agree in the sense that, yeah, it impacts XRP because it impacts the entire asset class, but it's not some sort of conspiracy, obviously. Not that he's saying that, but it's not XRP specific. But I read that and it's just like, yeah, so I thought it'd be a cool way to kick off the video here. Two quick things, I think just two things real quick on Bitcoin, and then we're getting straight into the XRP stuff, which will take us out through the rest of the video. So here's a post from a popular chart analyst, Invest Answers. He posted this at 10:50 p.m., so not long ago. And 202,000 followers here, very popular. He says Bitcoin at $66,000 and looking strong. And so he's anticipating that we're going to continue to see moves to the upside. Here's another post, this one from Chart Analyst Blunts with 256,000 followers. And this is a Bitcoin price chart. He wrote, expecting fresh Bitcoin all-time high within the next 1 to 2 weeks. From a macro standpoint, I think we currently in a wave 5 of a larger wave 3 with a few legs higher still to come. Ultimately expecting us to top out around $120,000 this cycle. Now, that top seems well within the realm of possibility and what is reasonable. I see a lot of analysts out there, the ones I don't follow, just pop up on my feed calling for like $500,000 Bitcoin, this or that. Not that Bitcoin couldn't hit that one day, but I think that's a major stretch for this market cycle. If you're talking about, 300 is super on the edge. You go anywhere above $300,000, I'm going to start rolling my eyes at you. But if you're talking about, $120,000, $150,000 for a peak, which would be short-lived for Bitcoin, I could see that. That makes a ton of sense. But if it goes that high, the amount of money that's going to be sloshing around and then ultimately rotating into altcoins like XRP, it's going to be insane. Face melt season for XRP holders will be coming. Here's a post from chart analyst E. Greg Crypto talking a little bit about XRP here and his plan for making the most of the face melting XRP rally, which is a virtual certainty to come this market cycle, probably this year. He wrote, XRP, the bent fork, $17 in historical support. The first time I introduced the bent fork chart was in June 2023, and then he shared a link to it. For the purposes of saving time, I'm not going to go straight back to that, though, but here's what he had to say in this update. Targets have shifted slightly higher over time as the curvature increases. The new top target of the bent fork now sits around $17. Don't underestimate the $1 mark, as it represents both structural resistance and a psychological barrier. And so, folks, I will say that the $1 mark is going to be interesting because it's a round number, it's an obvious psychological barrier. And I just kind of wonder if it's going to bounce off it once it hits it and then go back down, or if there is a chance it could just blaze through it, because it is a psychological level. But I tell you this, once it breaks above it, I'll not be surprised to see an even more impressive move to the upside. But, however high XRP is going to go this market cycle, it's not going to happen all in one go. The last couple market cycles, and I pointed this out before, but in each of the last 2 market cycles, there were 2 major moves in each of those. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we have at least a couple. I don't think that it's just going to move sideways and then at the very end have one major burst to the upside. I think we're going to have some fun before that. There's going to be some consolidation. I mean, if you think about what happened in 2017, we had a major burst from half a penny to over 42 cents. Then it went back down, traded more or less around 20 cents for like 6 months. People thought it was dead, wasn't going to do anything, and then it did. And then the people that sold were very sad pandas because that was a stupid ass move. I don't like that it's not moving high now, and I want my Lambo now. Shut up, you stupid little baby. It's ridiculous. People making crucial financial decisions, with their feels. And the opportunity, again, think about what I said just a few minutes ago, because I'm assuming most of you would agree. This is a once-in-a-species event. The advent of this asset class is not going to happen again. There's never been an opportunity like this in our species, and you're going to squander it because you want your Lambo now. Stupid little baby. It doesn't make sense. Look at historic precedent. Look at what has happened in the past. This is there's a reason I'm more amped up about XRP than I've ever been in my 6+ years holding it. And it's great. We got the court case behind us at least in terms of XRP clarity. Whatever happens with Ripple, the rest of it, I don't think it matters for us. But if you look at all sorts of other, what's happening on XRP BTC chart, Bollinger Bands, I talked about in a couple videos recently. Like, just look at the negative sentiment. That's par for the course. Pick a metric. Pick an attribute about what's going on. And then we've got this is a very clear bull cycle. It makes all the sense in the world to be the most excited at this exact moment. But some people are basically adult children. Adult babies, And so where's this going? Well, Greg Crypto wraps up by stating the following. $3.50 stands as the all-time high and major macro resistance. Closing above it could pave the way for the Valhalla high. And so that would be the tippy top here, $17, which, again, I don't make price predictions, but if somebody's making a price predictions of $17 for this market cycle, that's definitely in the realm of possibility. And a major factor as to whether or not that's going to hit is how high Bitcoin goes, how much money will there be to slosh through the rest of the crypto ecosystem. But it's certainly possible. And then he says, XRP army stays steady. My aim is for some coins to pump so I can rotate the profits to XRP. This is the conviction. Okay, so I want to talk about this briefly because a lot of people are going to do this. I'm sure a lot of you listening are going to do this. My suspicion, and this is not advice, my suspicion is that's probably a really good idea. Compounding money. Now, I'm weird though. So I set up rules for myself back in 2017 when I jumped into crypto. They're weird rules that I'm not aware of anybody else implementing, certainly not to this degree. Maybe there's some sort of overlap with some of what you guys are doing, but I'm real strict about this. Once I invest in a crypto, that's it. I hold it. I don't sell. That's it. Either it moons and I'm enticed to sell, or I hold it forever and it presumably just goes to zero. That's it. That's what I do with all of them. That's that. I'm super strict. In a bull run, I am enticed to sell, which by the way, I've never cashed out to USD in my entire life. But I have the starting point I am at this cycle. If it really does go, I'm very confident I'm going to sell either most or all of my crypto. And so when I do, I'm going to it's out permanently I say permanently for the rest of the cycle. That's it. I'll be willing to put in a small percentage of those earnings back into crypto after it's very clear that the market has collapsed. So once we're down, whether it's 70, 80%, whatever it ends up being. Some coins going down well over 90%. Maybe I'll put in like 10% of the profits. Okay. Now, there's a reason for that, though. I'm trying to idiot-proof this. Once I get the life-changing wealth, it goes into other stuff. And then when I earn new money, that new money that I earn, I'll be happy to continue investing in crypto, including more XRP. Once the market bottoms, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. But I'm very strict about that. And so that's why, for me, I'm not going to be taking profits from anything and then rotating them into anything, including XRP. Now, I understand that means I may be leaving money on the table. I get that, but this is my personal choice. So we all get to have our own strategies. We're all adults. This is what I'm doing. I'm very strict. It's about wealth preservation because obviously putting it into another crypto, there is a risk associated with that. I'm just acknowledging that if he does this, I will not be surprised if he makes out better in terms of multiplier effect than I do. But again, my risk tolerance is different. That's all that it is. So I just thought I'd share with you some thoughts on that. But if you're going to do that or not, whatever your stance is, you're not crazy. It just depends on what you're comfortable doing. I'm not comfortable, but I don't think this is unreasonable what he's doing. I just think it's a fun thing to talk about. That's why I just mentioned that. I think that by the time this market's done, even with me not rotating profits into other coins, not even Bitcoin, I don't rotate profits. I don't do it. You can make fun of me. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. I think even without me doing that, the profits I expect are just going to be wild because I've been here so long and it's accumulated so much. And it's already notable right now. But it hasn't been for most of the time I've been in crypto. Well, at least the first half of because I've been here over 6 years, the first half of that, my God, I was mostly at like break even or negative for years, which shouldn't surprise you because I was accumulating during a bear market. That's not unusual. But since we're past a whole nother market cycle, even at the bottom, and now we're not at a new top for a bunch of coins, including XRP, my God, it's still incredible. Suffice it to say, though, when XRP does finally run, I will tell you, like the level of vindication I'm going to feel, and I know it's going to be the same for all of you listening, the level of vindication and the see I told you so's, which are well-deserved, going to plaster all over the damn internet, okay? All over my YouTube channel and on X. It's going to be fantastic. And that's the reason that I have my future Dunks bookmark folder on X. Every time somebody says a bunch of BS nonsense, XRP's never going to go, it shouldn't be in your portfolio, no new time high ever, blah, blah, blah. I bookmarked that crap. And I'm going to have a really fun YouTube video highlighting all of it. And it's because it's mostly the toxic people. I don't mind people having opinions if they're just saying, yeah, I don't suppose so is going to happen for reason A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z, fine. But a lot of these people are trying to get at us emotionally. Those people I have disdain for. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Here's a post from chart analyst Crypto Insight UK, and he says simply, don't get too excited, but XRP BTC is heating up. Oh, yes. Indeed it is. In fact, take a look at this. This is a 1 month chart for the XRP BTC. So we had the most recent low. The low for this cycle happened on April 13th, and we don't know for sure if that's the bottom, but eventually there will be a bottom for the market cycle. At least we've been climbing up pretty consistently since then. You can see on the screen for yourself here. But yeah, you never know for sure which one's going to be the bottom, but eventually it comes and then it's face melt. You look at this. This is what it looks like before XRP melts faces, historically speaking. There is precedent for this. It doesn't look this dismal on the surface unless it's going to result in a face melt. Because eventually it gets, like, the disparity in terms of what XRP is priced when you consider what Bitcoin has been priced against the United States dollars or whatever your fiat currency is. People notice that eventually, and then they're like, wow, this looks like it's really lopsided. People start putting money in XRP. That's why this happens. And then other people notice that. So the people that aren't emotional, the people that are just of sound mind, they'll be like, wow, this looks like an opportunity. This looks like a catch. And then more people, and then you get a green candle, and then the idiots come in. Then the idiots come in like, oh, the green candle. That's what they sound like, too. It's a really weird talk. Ah, green candle. They sound exactly like that. And like, take my money. And then you take the money. That's exactly what you do. And then the green candle just shoots on up. And it's a fantastic time. We all have a great time. But, that's why it's better to be well positioned before that moment. That's all I'm saying. Here's a post from Charting Guy, XRP. He says, is XRP BTC doing the same thing it did in 2017? Double bottom, then rip? Yeah, that's my expectation. I think that this is the precursor to XRP going absolutely bananas. Somebody named begans.eth responded, seemingly not pleased, and wrote, 7 years later, ... And in a separate post, he did indicate that he's an XRP holder, but still, he seems to be experiencing a little bit of discontent. And so the charting guy wrote to him and said, chart patterns can take a long time to play out in a huge symmetrical triangle with the apex coming up soon. Also, macro wave fours usually drag out. Gold took 13 years to break its cup and handle pattern. Now look at it. And so that's a fact that I don't think many people are aware, but sometimes chart structures can actually literally take multiple decades to play out. Literally. And so we are spoiled having chart patterns play out in relatively short order in the world of crypto. It happens fast, and trading's 24/7, 365, which is certainly a major factor. It just goes, and there's this excitement. Like, people that are in this, we know there are reasons for us. There's a reason there's been a frenzy around crypto for its entire existence, right? And so we are a little bit spoiled, but sweet. Like, that sounds awesome sauce to me. I mean, right? But so I understand, like, the people are getting a little tired of this, but this is normal. And so, yes, you're talking about in this case now, chart taking over 6 years to play out from one all-time high to another new all-time high for XRP finally. Okay. But understand, the SEC nuked us, right? If it weren't for the SEC, it would have happened years ago. Here's a post, another one from Charting Guy. I like this one. He said, 2017 called, and it wants its fractal back. Fake out below, just like before. So yeah, fine. XRP goes down a little bit, but then what happens? Face melt season. That is what's at hand. Whether it starts today, tomorrow, next week, next month, the next quarter, whatever it ends up being, if we're going to have a blow off top for this market cycle, you better believe XRP is going to be a part of this. It makes no logical sense to think that XRP just wouldn't be. And then there was, actually, check this out. Yeah, I forgot I was going to share this. I blocked this guy. Let this be a lesson in how not to behave. He just starts ripping on Charting Guy. But the response from Charting Guy, I just think is so golden. I had to share it because it has to do with the outlook for XRP on top of, like, maybe don't behave like this, because this is like the type of immature baby that I was referencing earlier in the video. So there's this guy named Elon X Money. And for those of you looking on the screen, you can see that his profile picture is the XRP logo. So presumably pro XRP, right? In theory, right? And he says, give it up. Going to 5 cents before it ever gets back up towards $1. So there you go. Guy that apparently holds XRP, loves it so much, made it a profile picture, says it's going to 5 cents. I'll tell you what, this guy does not have control of the feels. So Charting Guy responded and said, you literally have XRP in your profile picture. You're a clown, learn to chart. And then Elon X Money responded to that and said, yeah, I do. And I've made more no EU in 4 weeks buying into Velo. Everybody's talking about this coin. I don't hold it. I don't know anything about it. It says made more money buying into Velo than 4 years holding XRP. And you're an idiot if you think technical analysis on XRP works. Folks, so here you go. The first asset in history where technical analysis magically, because reasons, doesn't apply. It just doesn't apply. And then he's talking about how other coins are performing better, completely neglecting to acknowledge the reality, which is that if not for the SEC suing Ripple and attacking XRP holders, it would have hit a new all-time high. But since it didn't then and other stuff's doing better, okay. Well, yeah, you know what? The truth is, if you throw money into a meme coin and it's a micro cap and you just happen to pick the right one, yeah, you're going to get like a 5,000 fold increase, whatever the hell it is, super duper. That's not realistic. The amount of coins you'd have to put that into, like, it's not a winning strategy. You're going to lose a bunch of money. They're also very illiquid. So even if in theory there's a high market cap, how much is there actually that you can cash out? You know, people don't talk about that either. It just depends. So it depends on to what degree. So on paper, you've got something if you pull it off, but my God. So you're not factoring in risk. What is a reasonable risk? XRP has a way better risk reward profile, in my humble opinion. But if you're going to talk about other coins, especially new stuff that pops off, fine. It's always true that a coin that has a smaller market cap, if it goes, it's going to get a greater multiplier effect. But XRP being a large cap in 2024 has what in the future will be, you know, that would be a small cap. That's why it's so amazing. You can have this opportunity for a crazy multiplier effect, but you have that stability of something that's been around for over a decade. That's the sweet spot in investing in crypto, in my opinion. That's why I hold so much XRP. That's why it's my largest individual holding. That's a huge part of it anyway. And then he says, so he's complaining, says it barely moves. There are a 100 other alts you can make more money out of using technical trading. And then he's got 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 clown emojis. So that was reposted by Charting Guy, and here's what he had to say. He says, it seems XRP maxis hate XRP even more than Bitcoin maxis. And in this case, that might be true. It's hilarious. And so he says, I've noticed these type of people many times on my bullish XRP posts. Number 1, XRP profile pic, the irony. Number 2, says XRP has done nothing, so thinks that that is what it will continue to happen. So I just pause to say, that's in line with something I've been saying literally for years on my channel, at least from time to time. You know, whatever's happening in the moment, people feel like it's just going to do that forever. But it's absolutely not. XRP will not flutter about in this price range forever. Something's going to happen. Either XRP goes to 0 one day, or one day it hits a new all-time high in interest price discovery. You just have to pick what you think is most probable and then act however you want to act. You do whatever you want. I've made my bet. It will not stay here forever. There's a 0% chance of that. So what is going to happen? See, that's why this is an instance of another adult just refusing to behave like an adult. Just the lack of patience, the lack of foresight. Like, this is how you screw up your opportunity for life-changing wealth. I'm just being very frank in this video. Like, I've seen so much of this lately, and I'm not mad about it. I just think it's absurd, and so I laugh about it, and I'm making a video, and I'm highlighting a fair bit. It's fine. But I think there's a lesson in this. That's the reason I actually want to highlight this. It's not just to mock somebody who is rude to me and I ultimately blocked. That's not the primary reason. I mean, it doesn't hurt. But no, there's a lesson in this. There really is. Don't be that guy. Number 3, have lost all hope in XRP, yet continue to hold on because they know it will be fine. But for some reason, still talk S-word on it in the short term? What? And that's a good point. It's absurd, but I see people doing this. Isn't it crazy? I hold XRP, but it's going to 5 cents and it's in my profile picture. Oh, okay, bro. Make it make sense. What? Number 4, compare it to other coins they recently invested in, kind of showing that they've been 100% XRP for most of their time in crypto. Bad idea. Never go 100% on anything. Always pick a few good coins at least. And I firmly believe that. Although XRP is my largest individual holding and I'm most optimistic for what it will mean for me personally by the time this cycle's over, I hold 42 different cryptocurrencies, which is way more than one needs, but I've been in here long enough that as time has passed, I've earned more money, and I've explained this before, I've just put more in because I have more money, and it's got to go somewhere. Some of it has gone into crypto. It's a little ridiculous, but the market moves in tandem. I've made my choices. I'm at peace with that. Number 5, and this is my favorite out of everything he said in this post. Doesn't understand market psychology and is getting angry at a coin they quote-unquote love when it's consolidating near the apex of a massive 7-year symmetrical triangle with uncanny similarities to 2017 and a dragon year with the tightest monthly Bollinger Bands in history in a raging bull market on the verge of alt season with a pending Ripple settlement around the corner. golf clap for charting guy, everybody. Spot on. Now that's fire. That's absolute fire. The only thing that I would nitpick on there is I don't think the Ripple settlement's going to matter. I mean, I'll cede this ground. It's possible the market responds, and if it really does go, and that's the point, then that would just be the straw that broke the camel's back. But it doesn't actually matter for XRP holders, so it wouldn't be rational. So like, I acknowledge it could happen. It doesn't make rational sense if it does. That's more so my position. And so, you know, XRP having legal clarity, that should have been that. If anything, that would be the thing. But it didn't happen. Why? Because it happened in July of last year, as Bitcoin was still in a downtrend, and XRP follows the market, including Bitcoin, which leads the market. So it's not surprising that didn't do it, but that's the news that actually mattered here. So I respectfully disagree a little bit on that, although, again, I do acknowledge it could happen, but if it does, it would just be more so, it's the straw that broke the camel's back. That was the final thing. Okay, cool. But what really matters is all those other things that he listed, and we're in a bull market, you know? It's everything else. So, but he nailed it. And these are things I've been talking about consistently, including in recent videos, the Bollinger Bands. My God. Like, tightest they've ever been in history. In Bollinger Bands, like when they get that tight, no matter what the asset is, it's an indication that it's about to burst with explosive force on the chart, right? So then the question is, will that explosive force be upward or downward? And given that the trend currently is up as far as the 20-day moving average is concerned, and given that we're in a bull market, I would hazard a guess that when it does finally burst, it's going to be to the upside. But still, we have adult babies crying that they don't have their levels now. Really burns my biscuits, son. So it is what it is. Everything's looking great right now. I'm excited. I've never been this excited to be in the XRP community holding XRP. I've never been this excited to be in crypto in general. This is the moment. And so many of you have been here right along with me. We're a community, and we've been in this together literally for years. We've gone through hell and back, especially with the SEC nonsense, but we going to get ours. The opportunity is still there. That's why I'm not, in the end, crazily sour about what the SEC did in harming my financial well-being, and obviously not just me, everybody else's. I recognize they did. I'm aware of that. I don't like it. I don't care for it, obviously. And I understand how that's damaged the compounding of money that I would have earned for the rest of my life. But you know what I genuinely feel despite that? It's just true excitement. And this is the time to be excited. And it's okay to let yourself feel excited. This is the moment. And if you've been following me while I've been running this channel now for over half a decade, you'll know that I don't normally talk like this, but we're in a bull market. And in bull markets, I do talk like this because that makes logical sense. That is rational. It's going to go absolutely bananas, and it's going to be a grand old time. Get your happy dance ready, son. Practice in the mirror if you need. It's going to be fine. But look, you guys tell me what you think. I spouted a bunch of stuff. I'm excited. I'm having fun. I just want to know what you guys think. Tell me in the comment section below, please. But I think what I'm saying here makes a lot of sense. I've been watching this for too long. I've seen this movie before. And so I don't know the specifics, which is why I don't make price predictions, but I have a pretty rough idea of how this is going to go down. And I think all of us XRP holders, more likely than not, though can't say technically with 100% certainty, I think we're going to be really happy by the time this is all said and done. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because if anything I say are right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.